Hey YouTube, this is HuskyLion off of Team Procyon, and I'm here with my deck profile for Great Nature. This is what I won at Shop Challenge with in Premium, and this was at Mothership. So shout out to them. Also shout out to Will Ping, who was able to attend as well, and shout out to Arthur, even though he couldn't attend to that one. He attended this week's locals, and he ran pretty well with his build. So it's going to be Great Nature with the starter as Blackboard Parrot. There's no real better starter than this next to Telescope Rabbit. The only reason you'd ever run Telescope Rabbit is you're running the duck build engine, and in this build I'm not. So start off with that. Also start off with, for Leopold, SVR to flex. His skill's just too good. On ride, get free pluses or extra crits, so if you're going first, crit pressure is really good. Next grade 3 rerun is 2 Big Belly. It's just really good, considering the fact that it's able to restand for free and the unit that's restood doesn't retire, so that's pretty nice. And then 2 Rhino. Originally I was running 3 copies of Rhino, but I think that was a little too oppressive. I feel like 2 is just fine in this current meta. Next we run 4 Crown Tiger. As the main restander, it allows you to draw for the retire, and it's just really good overall. There are certain matchups that make you think about attacking with this first, like against Dimension Police with their new grade 1. Then we have 4 Artistic Ocelot. This is mostly due to Excel 2 coming out with when he attacks, he gets +4 to a unit and that unit retires. So just need to pump up some units so that we can get to your success. This works. 2 Bicolor Baku. A lot of people were talking about how you'd rather run Compass Lion over this. I think this is just as good because if you target a trigger with this ability and put it on bottom of deck, it just helps out overall, so that way you're not wasting cards. And then 1 Binoculus Tiger. This is for the free early game plus, as well as if you ever need to luck mill into killing off a Honolly that your opponent placed down, like a butthole. But other than that, that's pretty good. Grade 1s, we've got 4 Monoculus Tiger. This is literally the best attacker in the deck, especially against all of these protect decks. So I see a lot of decks starting to run grade 1 perfect cards as well, so this completely destroys those. There are just so many times when this won me the game, especially against OTT, because they have nothing but protect markers. Next grade 1 is Mike Saburo. Pretty much the best grade 1 in the deck next to Monoculus Tiger. So free retires get you free grade 3, so that way you're never missing a grade 3 in Strike Fodder. 2 Mini Belly Strike Fodder. It's just good as it's regular Strike Fodder, and it's also good to be able to search out Big Belly whenever you need a restander. So the dual use is just too good. I also decided to run 2 Contradictory Instructor Shellmaster. And the reason I decided to run this is because I wanted to run 10 crit in this deck. So in order to do that, I had to take out 2 perfect cards for my draw triggers and replace them with 2 other perfect cards. And so I was stuck between this and Tri-Ruler Cat. So I decided to go with this because I saw that maybe I needed the extra counter charge, plus if I rogue this and then Soul Blasted it later for an ability, the other one would automatically proc. So this is just a really good tech-in that I thought would work. And then 2 Animal Clip Lesser. It's just an early rush card, so if I use this effect to boost, and if I use Miki Saburo's skill on it, then I'll get my free grade 3. So it usually always works, especially if I'm going second and I have this and a bunch of grade 1s, then I just want to rush. For trigger lineup, it is, like I said, 10 crit with 4 ponies, because ponies are just that good. 2 perfect card draws. Like I said, I had to drop for 10 crit, so I needed to run only 2, and then I run 2 20k heals and 2 10k heals, just to allow me to get the extra soul or the counter charge whenever I need it, because there are a couple times when I'll run out of Soul Blast if I don't kill with Monoculus and I want to G-Guard to soul charge again so I can go for more plays on the next turn. So that's it for the main deck. For the G-Zone, we have the 1 Zoa, because Zoa's just the auto-win condition for pretty much everything that is Zoo. 1 Progenitor Dragon. I've been playtesting this card, and it works pretty well whenever you have the thought of you're going to lose in the next turn. So if you're ever in a situation where your opponent's going to lose, you're at like 5 or 6 damage, and you know your opponent's going to crit, you just take your Vanguard attack, end your opponent's turn, and then you just get your free stride and then go for next turn. 3 Barlet Rule, best pressure next to Zoa. If you flip like 4 or 5 G-Guards plus 20 to the front row, and you can get all your restanders to go off, so it's really good. 2 Mana Garmer. Mana Garmer is so good as a first stride, especially whenever you mill like any combination of like 2 or 3 normal units and 2 or 3 triggers, because then you're still getting power and you're still getting the extra bonuses from the extra drive checks. So it's just overall just too good not to run. As well as this G-Zone skill works if you get rushed early, you have a lot of damage, then you can essentially call out another free restander from your hand, and if you hit a trigger, then it automatically success will go off, so those things proc. I played 1 Afonk, and this was just for the Kagero and Narukami matchup, because I saw mostly that their G-Guards will definitely screw my board up and my restanders if I don't have the power already. I'd rather use that to make them bait into other G-Guards that they can't really use, or to guard with pretty much everything else in their hand and then go into something else. Then I have 1 Kiel Tinka. This is for if I am ever against a deck that pushes me to where I'm going to deck out, then this allows me to stack triggers on the bottom of my deck. So in one game I was down to like 2 cards in deck. I attacked, drove check into a trigger, was able to give it to a rear guard. The rear guard hit that 25,000 threshold. I stacked 4 more triggers on the bottom of my deck, and then did the rest of my drive checks and was able to go for game. So it worked out in my favor. And then last I run 1 Seabreeze. This is just for those games whenever I get rushed down and they want to play the grade 2 game. Then I can go for my restanders and it works too well. This also works if I'm stuck with a bunch of grade 3s. If I have all my rhinos in hand early on, then it puts more pressure if I hit a trigger. So that's good. G-Guards, I have 2 Spangled. It's just that good. If you use them in conjunction with each other, then you get a ridiculous amount of cards into your hand. 1 Almirage, just so that way you can protect your board as well as outplay the Renee players. 1 Kundalini. This is just in case you want to go for a Zoa play, or if you need that 1 counterblast in order to get like 2 restands. 1 Ardillo. This is just a flat +10, and if you need to clear boards, if you need to clear spaces for something else, then I guess that's fine. It also can work in conjunction with this last G-Guard, which is Syncalpa. So Syncalpa will make it so that way your counterblast 1, your Vanguard, and 1 rear guard you choose will get +4,000 for each circle without a unit. So in this matchup, since you're running XL2, you'll get to draw a card, and you'll be able to get like say 16,000 on average if you only have 1 unit on board. So 16, maybe 20. So this just in general is just really good. So yeah, that was it for the deck profile. I hope you all enjoyed. Follow us on Twitter. It should be at Team Procyon. And then also go ahead and like, subscribe, and also hit that bell. We'll be adding more notifications. We'll be adding more content as we go along. We'll probably be adding market watches as soon as VBTO5 comes out, and we'll have more feature matches coming up as well. All right, and we will see you guys later.